Hello and welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Because of state prison overcrowding, thousands of inmates are being sent to do their time in county jails. There's been some debate over the effect of this program, and with us now to weigh in is Sheriff Rod Hoops. Thank you very much for being here.
Good morning, thank you.
What do you think about the what is called the realignment plan? Some people feel like we've been past the buck. We have to deal with inmates that the state doesn't want to deal with, maybe budget problems and overcrowding on our own level. What do you think?
Well, we were kind of handed the program. The states, or the sheriffs up and down the state of California, would have liked to have been given a little more time to put some of the realignment plans in place. But with that said, October 1st of this past year, all the sheriffs were given the realignment program. And in San Bernardino County, it's working. Our county was given $27 million to fund it for the 10 months of this fiscal year. And it's working out, not perfectly, but we have received probably, on an average before the realignment program came into being, we would average about 150 inmates a month that we would transfer from county jail to state prison. And that has stopped. We're still sending people to state prison, but we're keeping 150 of them a month, and we're up to just under 1,000 new people that are in custody in our county jail that would have normally been sent to state prison.
We don't have endless room here either, so how close are we to having to push local inmates out the door?
We've already started to push them out. We have released about 300 people, early release. And what I mean by that early release, they had not served their entire sentence, but they would have been released within 30 to 60 days anyway. But we have released about 300 people, early release, in order to make room, because our jails at the county level we're completely full, as most jails up and down the state of California
Now,
are.
as a sheriff, what do you think about this? What effect are you expecting it to have?
We're not pleased with it. We're doing everything we can to do the proper screening and to make sure that the people that we are releasing early are the most least offensive folks, but that is changing. The level of the hardcore level of the people that are now being kept in county jail is increasing. We talked to our fellow police chiefs through the county, and we are going. I do believe that we're going to see a spike in crime. Some of our communities are already seeing a spike in property crimes, burglaries, and things like that.
How many of these low-level offenders are there? I mean, is there going to be a point where the saturation of the heavy hitter offenders are going to push, more lethal criminals out onto the street?
Well, we're going to keep the worst of the worst in custody, but I can tell you, just since October 1st, like I mentioned, the seriousness of the offenders that are in county jail is increasing. So we are pushing people out, and unfortunately, we will get to a point where we are going to be forced to release people that we would normally have kept in custody. So that is an accurate statement.
There's some argument that locally, you could be more effective, that there are rehabilitation programs, that you can be more effective with these inmates than they could on the state level.
Well, we believe we can do a better, not to knock the state programs, but we do believe that our county probation officers will have a better handle on those that are being released. We also have re-entry programs. We're building a new jail facility in the city of Adelanto, and part of that AB 109 money that's building that required us to fund a 500-bed re-entry facility in the town of Appa Valley. So we believe we can do a better job at it. I think if you talk to the probation folks, the recidivism rate at the county level when they're on probation is only 30% to go back to into custody, and at the state level it was averaging about 70%. So we know we can do it better. The biggest issue is to make sure we have the funding in order to do it at the local level.
How close are you to maintaining that funding?
Well, we're good for this year. That's the biggest bite of the apple, so to speak. Is the biggest thing we're pushing for the governor and at the state level is to make sure that we do get the continued funding.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in. More HLN next.